משלמים, זה משלמים.
כן.
זה Book of Ecclesiastes.
Alright, בוקר טוב חברים, we up to משלי פרק ד' פסוק י' שמע בני וקח אמרי וירבו לך שנות חיים. שלמה המלך tells us, my dear son, accept my words because ירבו לך שנות חיים. They're going to add good years ושלווה. מה הפשט? מה זה ושנות חיים? אחרי יש שנים שלא חיים. ככה גמרא שואלת במסכת יומא עין א'. אלא אומרת הגמרא. לא. אלו ימי אדם שנתהפכו לו מרעה לטובה. You hear this? Once again, the Gemara says, what does it mean? מה זה שנות חיים? אחרי יש שנים שהם לא של חיים? אומרת הגמרא, the Gemara explains, אלו ימי האדם שנתהפכו לו מרעה לטובה. Meaning that he was supposed to have bad years. And what happened? Nithapech. It switched from bad to good. עכשיו אומר הגויין, אומר הגאון, איך אפשר, how can a person switch, if חס ושלום, he's in a bad life, יש לו שנים לא טובים, לא טובות. How can you switch from bad to good? It says two things. Either by not doing averot, or Adam עושה תשובה. You hear this?
Yeah.
Once again. Either by not doing averot, or by doing תשובה. אומר הגויין, and that's על ידי לימוד תורה. If a person learns Torah, the power of Torah is either would stop you from doing a sin, or it's going to bring you back to do teshuvah. אומר הגאון, זה נקרא, יתהפכו לו מרעה לטובה. אומר שלמה המלך, שמע בני וקח אמרי, accept my words, because ירבו לך שנות חיים. מה זה שנות חיים? חס ושלום, נגזר עליך, if there is a decree upon you to have bad years, you could switch it and flip it to have a good years al yedeh, either not doing averot or becoming bar teshuvah, and the way to make it happen is only al yedeh limud Torah. All right, so that's one shot. נמשיך הלאה. פסוק.
מה רש"י שהוא מביא את זה, הוא לא כאילו, רק מביא את זה ולא מפרש.
איפה רש"י מביא את זה?
יש לי את זה פה שמונה גם. לא מביא את זה, כאילו הוא רק מביא את ה...
יאללה, נקסט. פסוק י' בדרך חוכמה הורתיך, הדרכתיך במעגלי יושר. שלמה המלך is telling us, אני לימדתי אותך, I taught you in the דרך חוכמה, to walk in the path of חוכמה, הדרכתיך, I guided you במעגלי יושר. I guided you to do what? To go בדרך הישרה, תעשה ישר, תעשה טוב. בא המלבים. And the Malbim explains, number one, what's the difference between derech and what's the difference between מעגלה? יש דרך ויש מעגל. אתה שומע יוסף חיים? You're in a good spot. I like you.
צידי רשות היחיד. צידי רשות הרבים. מקום פתוח.
חזקו ברוך. So, אומר הגאון Mr. Isaac, what's the difference between דרך ומעגל? דרך is a straight path. מעגל is a circle. Sometimes to get to a place, walk straight, you'll get there. And sometimes you have to go make circles.
כיכר, כמו כיכר.
הבנת?
Driving in Israel.
I'm sorry?
Driving in Israel, יש כיכר.
Tell me, there is so many kikarot over here. Why do you have to go all the way to Israel?
That doesn't make sense though.
I know.
Roundabout, it's called.
So, מה כתוב? אז ככה, some people, for them, to be good, it's easy. For them, not to fight, easy. Not to get angry, very easy. Very cool, very calm, very kind, very gentle, very polite. His life pretty much is bederech. Because everything goes straight. That is nature. By nature, he's a good person, and he's a giving, and he's a good. Ze derech. Some people, יש להם בעיות. They have big issues. It can be lazy, it can be very angry temper, it can be stingy, it can be many midot ra'ot. For him, his life is a lo derech. For him to make him straight, you have to bend him all the way. So for him to get to the middle road. הבנתם? אומר המלבים, דוגמה, אם אדם הוא בטבעו קמצן, if someone by nature is very stingy, doesn't like to give, everything by him is calculation, no, it's not worth it. Wow.
He was born like that, or
Huh?
Someone stingy, he was born like that, or
Teva.
he has to work on fixing it.
Yeah. The mashal, you can see if you go to the kindergarten, you could pick up on kids who has a good heart and who is stingy from a very young age. You see a kid that he knows how to play with toys with other kids, and he knows how to share. And if he sees a friend that doesn't have, he's going to give him his own. You'll see that. And you can see kids, they build their own toys. You don't use dear touches. And also he takes yours.
It's most kids. It's most kids.
Depends the age.
No, but he's saying you see it if you see them.
They don't like their own toys. They don't like it. They get jealous.
You want to hear something? I was in a Shabbaton. And I saw a little kid, one of the rabbi's kids. He bought a whole box of food. What's it called?
Fruit roll-up.
Yes, and also gushers. Okay, and the kid, he took the candies, and he starts to give it out to the kids at the Shabbaton. So all the little kids came to him, and he gave. He finished one box, he goes to the second box. He finished one type of candy, he opened another bag of candy. Listen to this. There was little kids came over to him. Every time he finishes a box, they come over and over and over. Okay. So the parents, one of the rabbis, enough. Fine. The kid on Friday night, he finished giving all the boys the entire box, the entire bags. Okay? Beautiful. Shabbat morning, we're having lunch. He got others. I had odd kama. He gave everything out. Now, when he doesn't have anything, he sees the kids from last night who every 5 minutes came, they ask him to give, and also today, he asked him to give me candies.
No, but that's not gonna give it.
Do you know what to give? Number one, he says no. And after all, you know what he did? He took the candies to give it to his sisters and he gave him the box. Empty box.
Oh,
That's easy.
Yani,
She just gave him.
That's, you should know.
Share
From
with
a
sisters.
giving, it's from a young age, you can pick which kid has a good heart and which kid is going to have a very hard time in school and in marriage. Pashut mod. You see, one kid gives and one kid takes. Not only he's not going to give, if he's going to give, he's going to give you the rap. And you know something? You know something? I don't blame him. Because once she said the father, Hatorah who is the kid also. Pashut mod. הרבה פעמים, it comes from the house. But even if it comes from the house, you can still guide the kid. You can have families that babayit ish hesed, you see hesed. So very likely that the kids also be the same thing. And you can see houses that everything was like everything it's an issue. How much did you spend? Why wait for the sale in 2 weeks? No. There's no freedom. There's no everything you gotta choke.
Yeah, but you don't see.
Hakadaka.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, I was once met a woman who got divorced. And she was telling my father that her husband, he calculates every penny she spent, even on bridge, and even bridges that you throw, back in the days, they used to just throw 2 quarters to the, right?
Or
Rascal.
you throw a rock.
When you go to the,
the same way.
The tokens.
If it's the same way,
tokens, the quarters, you go to New Jersey. So yeah, as you take, as you come off the
exactly.
Garden State, back in the days, I don't know about today now, it was 50 cents,
Yeah.
75 cents. Even that he used to calculate. She couldn't live with him anymore. He drive her nuts. Shabbat? She couldn't live with him anymore. He would calculate every penny she spent. It was terrible. Vegetables, why here? When you see over there on Oconee, they have it, 50%, 50 cents less.
Oh my gosh.
ככה. אתם מבינים מה זה חיים? אומר שלמה המלך, בדרך חוכמה הוריתיך, יש דרך חוכמה, that's people that by nature it's much easier for them. And then הדרכתיך במעגלי יושר. Sometimes when you're stingy, when you're tight, you don't know how to give, you know what happens? To teach him to give, you can't. You know what I gotta do? You have to bend them all the way, lefazer, throw a lot, to get the balance to be straight, normal.
Throw a lot of what?
How do you do that?
Throw a lot of what?
Lefazer kesef, give, don't think.
How do you do that?
Yes, you have to go
Someone
extreme.
who's in extreme.
When the fork is bent, what do? You don't go like this. What do? You bend all the way here to get it to the middle. אומר שלמה המלך, הדרכתיך במעגלי. אתה צריך לפעמים to bend it, לעגל אותו, to make it straight. Got it?
How do you do that to somebody?
Huh?
Do it.
How can you, it's like someone that's so very, very stingy, and that's like, okay, now.
You can't.
Huh?
You can't.
So as the pasuk mean?
How does it go?
Only if he wants.
How you fix it?
How does he come to want that when it's such a deep?
אם אדם יודע מה זה חסד, אם אדם יודע למי אתה שומר את הכסף? To who do you keep the money? For who? למי? לבעל של אשתך? אחרי שתמות? למי?
How you fix the nidah children?
First, let's fix the parent, and then we're going to get to the parents. To the kids.
The parent has a child, and he sees, the child's stingy. He doesn't want
Number
to
one, don't say stingy yet. Because kids, especially, listen to this, especially if it's the oldest, the Bechol, It's a problem because that's why it's called makat bechorot. A bechorot for the first year, 2, 3, he grew up alone, so he owned the house, he owned the cars, he owned the toys, he owned everything. For him, pitom, a little sister comes or a little brother comes. Excuse me, I'm here already. I'm the king over here. What are you doing? But the second, third, fourth, they came in ready to share bedrooms and toys and food and snack already. So it's much easier for them to share versus the first born. That's number one. You have to know this. Number two, share. Yeah, you have to teach kids from a very young age to share. What do? It's it's exercise. Usually a kid says, I want it. Hold on. You want it? Okay. I'll give you. What do you remember I gave you? Now what do you give me? It's going to give you 2 crumbs. It's going to be hard for him.
First time.
It's okay. Thank you for the crumbs. I love it. So sweet. Can you give me a few more crumbs? It's amazing. You give a kid a whole snack of all popcorn bag. All right? Just give me. He's going to take from his mouth the one that is middle to swallow and give it to you.
Haven't you
So
loved
what's
sharing? Is sharing.
why is that? Because he's still young. He doesn't understand.
It's because that's his world.
To share.
So here we don't judge his midah.
No, I'm telling you already from a young age, you can see where it goes.
But
So
most kids are like that.
Huh?
I think most kids they don't like to share. No.
Yesh veyesh.
Yeah.
That's how old, no?
Huh?
That's how old they are.
Yeah, I'm not going to, when
Does
the
do
baby
zechut
was-
avot? Does this have to do it like the kids born that way through zechut? Like does that have to do it? Not.
I don't want to go
Once they get 8 to 5, maybe. But when under
אומרת הגמרא, בוצין מכתפי ידיה. Your kid, you can know from a young age what's going to be.
yeah,
What's young age?
Huh?
Age
like 3.
Not 3, I believe. Gives a chinuch already. You can already see where it goes, what direction it goes.
Yeah,
But under that, they all stingy.
Is it
No,
like
It's
unless
not
it's
stingy.
under the
It's not stingy. He owns it.
Remember,
Yeah.
the thing is that sometimes people they start out with a certain kind of persona that everyone perceives them as, and then later on they change entirely.
That's because he wanted to change. אני אמרתי גם כן הקמצן, even stingy. You can never change stingy. Never. The only way to change it's only if he wants to change. If he wants to change. זה מחלה, it's a sickness. זה משהו. אני קראתי אנשים,
זה פחד, זה יותר בא מפחד.
זה לא פחד, זה sickness. מה פחד?
So it's his fault that he has this
שלא יהיה לו,
sickness.
שלא יהיה לו. הפחד שלהם, שלא יהיה להם פעם. ואז הם לא מוצאים, רק מה שמכניסים. People that suffer in their life.
אני מסכים איתך, it's people that have childhood, bad childhood, it's a kind of secure.
All of a sudden, you got a point, we didn't have a dollar. Now we didn't know where to go. He probably suffered, he probably got he got it. Now he doesn't let go.
אני לא מדבר, רפי, אני לא מדבר על יוצא מן הכלל, אני מדבר על אנשים גדלו נורמלי, and they're very, very, very stingy.
When you're talking about a little kid, you say
We're
trying to figure out what the
sorry.
age.
I was just being nice. I took little kids. I didn't want to talk about adults,
Thank you.
but I could talk about adults the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. No, so
But it's easy to blame the kids. But
no. The parents would say, "Oh, let's say when they do something, they'll grow out of it. They'll grow out of it. They'll grow out of it." And then you said there's a time where they don't grow out of it.
It depends. If a kid, let's say a kid, you send him to yeshiva, and happens to be he went to a great class, and he met a good rabbi, and the rabbi used to, taught him to do hesed, let's do kind things. Yeah, but I remember it was a teacher in a school here in the community. She was a great teacher. She was a great teacher, and her being there was bemet, was hesed. She taught her children, her students, hesed the whole day. It was crazy. She used to run marathons of hesed, and she was able to get her entire class, and then became a whole school, and then it became a worldwide. I don't want to mention her names, but she's known in the community. אני לא רוצה בכוונה. אבל, and later on in the marathons, even Goyim got involved. In her marathons. She used to have marathons in Goyim, used to come and join the campaign and whatever she did. Goyim. למה אני מספר לכם את זה? So she had a class that she was able to take the whole class to do Hesed. So you're going to ask me, everybody was Hesed? No. I would tell you maybe 60% of kids by nature would do Hesed. But what happens? What happened to the other 40, 30? Once you see most of the kids, they go out to do something, what happens?
They want
They
to
do something.
So I thought, so you're being dragged into this huge pool of water and then you get dragged. Okay? That's one way. But if you take that kid from the 40% individual, I don't think it's going to be that kind. But when you have influence, it'll be much easier to give. Today they came up a couple of years ago, they campaigned. They do a link and they send out and people give charity, correct? Do you know the brain behind that campaign was something huge? What was it? The people who invest in this campaign, the website, how to open, how to run it, they knew one thing. If I come to you, can you give me a donation?
On the spot.
No, not on the
You're gonna give
spot.
them a buck.
Whatever you're gonna give. But if you know that we're gonna put your name and everybody can see it, and you know something, we're gonna make sure that it's gonna be a worldwide, everywhere in the world can you see them. And something, something, it can stay for many money.
You're not gonna
months.
give $10.
So now, if I send you a link, and another hundreds of people that watch that link, and they give you two options. Either you could put your name, or anonymous. So if it's a 26, anonymous. But if you want to give 301, 501, 2,000, 5,000, you'll make sure your name is going to be there with capital letters. Now watch. If I make a campaign and no one sees how much you give, you're going to give this much. But if in the campaign, everybody can see how much you give, what would you do? You're going to give much more than you think or much more than you want. Why? There's a push. When people see you, feel great. And if you feel great, you're going to give more.
But that's not what we talked about yesterday. It's not an illusion. That's true.
No, this is great.
It's a good.
No.
Yesterday you said about when you go on
Again,
stage.
I don't think it's a kavod.
No, it's not a couple.
I think people who do it, it's because I want people to notice
Right.
that I'm a good person, I'm a giver. It's about your name more than the kavod.
Does that
So-
fix it?
Huh?
Does that fix it though? Because he's not doing it
זה
for.
טוב, זה טוב.
But he's doing it for.
זה לא משנה, זה בסדר. זה לא נשמע ברשמה, אין בזה שום בעיה. I have no problem.
And you see a lot of people doing, so you want to be also.
יפה מאוד.
So whoever did it is a big zchut. Whoever invented it has a big zchut.
גם זכות וגם כסף.
Okay.
Now, watch this. What was the brain behind it? They knew, see, I want to get to your pocket. How can I get more money out of your pocket? So they figured out a way. You know how? Make it publicized. Make it people that everybody can see.
It's not just a way to get more people, since it's linked, you get
Yeah,
more people.
but the
does a
link
lot
is
of
in a
things.
way that
But
everybody
they
can see
actually
it.
put the chokhmah that you're saying
Yes,
into it, or
100%.
or just happened to
No,
work out that way?
yeah.
Yeah.
Brain behind it.
Yeah.
They thought, how can we get people to give big amount of money? It's by doing.
So there's a way to do it without you seeing somebody's name, and there's a way to do it with you. seeing
Yes. People are at a certain level that they don't care about the names and anything else. They're gonna give 1,000 or 2,000. I don't care about my name there. There is. People who give tzedakot all day long for years. They don't care about it. He gives because he wants to give. That's the right thing to do. Okay. So now, a person that is stingy, if he doesn't want to change, it's not gonna help. Now, there's another thing of how you can train kids. I had a friend who I used to learn with that היה בעל חסד, and היה לו מידה מאוד טובה. You know, they send you, today, I don't know how much, but 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they used to send in mail, yeshivot, הכנסת kala, all type of organizations. So you should send them a check or donation. Today, I believe they have emails or links, much more common. But 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you could have in mail a bunch of envelopes from all kinds of organizations and yeshivot and kolelim that they would ask for money, right? He had a midah. He will never throw any envelope to the garbage. Never. They sent me, I'm gonna send. Even a small amount. But you don't turn people away.
Who's this?
Someone. You know him, by the way. And if you want, I'll tell you after. And he had a midah. He would never throw any envelope to the garbage. Never. I remember seeing him Chodesh Elul with piles. Elul, that's the time, כולם, שמע, תפילה, תשובה וצדקה, מעבירים את רוע הגזרה. You want to have a good year? Give us money, you're going to have a great year, right? זה היה the theme של כולם, נפלא מאוד. Who would write the checks? His daughter, not him. He signed the checks. He trained his daughter, write checks, write. It wasn't big money, but he would train her. You write. She wrote all these checks and used to sign. What do you teach a kid? Hesed. So she saw her father giving and giving and giving and giving. So one day she's gonna work. One day she's gonna make money. One day her husband is gonna make money. Guess what's gonna happen? She's already trained to so many places that she saw and she knows that she's going to be the same thing. So her father taught her from a young age, when she was maybe 13 or 14. From that age, he taught her to write checks.
To give.
So imagine a kid, let's say a father gives to the kid, and the kids, they don't know, but they know that the father gives to the kid. But imagine from age 14, you write checks and it becomes your hobby. You love it. And you know something? Not only that you like it and you love it, sometimes it gets to your heart. You read papers about Yatomim, orphans, it kills you. So your head is used to writing checks. Guess what? This girl, as she gets older, it'll be so much easier for her to give because from the age of 14 she gives. It wasn't from her money, but she was trained to give. And you know something? The most important is not only that she was trained to give, she was trained to open her ears and eyes for other people. Because if she got a mail, she knew you cannot throw this. You can throw all kinds of mails, not this. Because Abba wants this mail. So she would open and she would read all the stories. So she was able to listen and hear. So this girl, when she goes to school and she sees a friend, her friend, that she's a little alone and she's depressed, would she be more open and aware to her feelings? I'm asking you a question. Yes. Why?
She was reading all the
Yeah, fair more.
people's stories.
So from a very young age, you train your kids to do that. That's true. Number three, I want to share with you. You know, Bikur Holim Shel Satmar. You heard of it?
כל הבית חולים.
Bikur Holim Shel Satmar.
Maimonides, they have.
כל בתי החולים של ניו יורק.
כן.
רק ניו יורק?
אני יודע בניו יורק, כל בתי החולים.
They have a room.
אני רוצה להגיד לכם,
always go to the food room.
a tremendous lesson. האדמו"ר מסתמר, רבי יואל הקדוש, he trained his חסידים לעשות חסד עם כולם. It doesn't matter how religious you are, what kind of a kippah you wear, it's irrelevant. Hesed lekulam. And you should know from all the Hasidiyot in the world, Satmar is number one. Now watch this. Haya Lifnei Purim, the Rebbe said to the yeshiva Bochrim, to the yeshiva students, to go and collect money for the yeshiva. Right? Fair. One kid, his father was Gvir, was rich. He went to his father, Dad, could you give me a nice check? You don't know a check. After Purim, all the kids came to the Rebbe with the money that they collected. He comes with this bag of coins and dollars and Hazak Baruch. This kid came with a check. Maybe it was even a big check, maybe more than all the kids that raised money. And the Rebbe says, wow, that's a goyis koyach. But now I want you to go and collect. I did not ask you to go to your father and ask him for a check. I want you to go to the shul, open your hand and collect from one person to another. Go to people's houses, ring the bell and collect money. Lama. No. Learn what people that collect money feel. When you're rich, you have no sense. I live in a mansion. And I don't feel what he feels when he goes from door to door, when it's snow, when it's rain, people bash you, people that don't answer the phone, they don't answer your door. Feel. When it comes to you, tagish. So he trained his Hasidim, number one, to care for others. In a sense that it doesn't matter who you are. You're a Jew, we're here to help you. And their Achnasat Ohim is unbelievable. Unbelievable what they have. I told you what happened to me. When Baruch Hashem, when we had our daughter Yaesh at Yebuya, the Rebbe gave birth, I think it was 3 days before Simchat Torah. So we were supposed to get released from the hospital on Hoshana Rabbah. It didn't work. So we had to wait on Erev Simchat Torah. So they said 2 o'clock, Erev Simchat Torah, Erev Shmini Atzeret, they're going to let us know. At the end of the day, 3:34, I get a call that they said, no, she cannot be released. Or, I don't know what happened. No. 2-3 hours before Simchat Torah, my batteries, you're going to be there for the whole, the next 2 days. My in-laws came and ma kore. I cannot be there, and how can I be there? Simchat Torah, Epo, Mumi. I called the hotel. They have 2 hotels there. They have the Park House and they have Park Avenue. They have one on 13th Avenue and one on 12th. So one was booked and the other one had something in the 7th floor for 500. I said, I'm down. I called the Rebbe. Said, what? Hotel? Levad? No way. I want to be in a holiday at least with people. Meaning the baby is going to stay in the hospital, but we could go. I called my brother, Rabbi Otzar, and I told him, Otzar, do you have anything? Well, listen, I asked him, do you know of any place to stay next to the Maimonides? Now, just for you to know, we used to live a block away from Maimonides. Yeah, we used to live in Borough Park. We used to live a block away. We were used to live on 9th and 50th, and Maimonides is on 49th and 48th, right there. So I know the area. We know people, whatever. So I called my brother if he knows anybody. So he tells me, listen, just call Bekohol Satmer and find out. I called Bekohol Satmer, and a lady answered. And I said, listen, is there any place to stay? Yeah, come to my house. Okay. I called the rabbi and said, listen, you have a place to stay. Yep. What? You have a place? What do you mean? I'm not going alone. You're going to come with me. Oh, I mean, okay, I called back. So listen, I know my wife, she could stay, but can I come? Do me a favor, stop calling me. I'm in the middle of saying leave. Just come. Whoever you want, just come and buy. Don't call me. Just come and don't call me. Oh my gosh, I don't want to go now. No, I don't want to go. I'm happy. She's reading Tehillim עכשיו. אין לה זמן לטלפונים. Come, you heard the Mizkal משפחה. Just don't call. I'm reading Tehillim. Just come. All right.
You should have invited the whole show.
Kids, it was Corona time.
Okay.
So kids, Rabbi said,
They don't believe in Corona.
huh?
They don't believe in Corona.
Okay. That year was when they had cops giving $15,000 fine for the shuls who had hakafot.
Wow.
Anyway, we went there. We got there about 15 minutes before the holiday. And I was saying, one of the most beautiful holidays in my life. I'm still in touch with this family. I'm still in touch with them. They have the hours is different than us. There was between 4 hours difference between here and them. If we pray 6 in the morning, they pray 10. If our Shabbat is Sudat Shabbat 7:30, by them is 11:30. Yeah, 11:30 night. Second is 1:30. But I lost some kiddush. Okay, so a difference of 4 hours.
11:30 kiddush.
11:30 lesim Hatorah. Kiddush.
Kiddush at night. 11:30.
Yeah. But lesim Hatorah was 1:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, but lunch is 3:30. Okay, so delay of 4 hours about. And they were trained from a young age to do Hesed. So became this whole Hasidut are known to be a givers. אני רוצה לספר לכם סיפור על רבי יונתן אדמוני. Amazing story. אתם יודעים, יש בארץ a newspaper, one of the most anti-Semite, אני קורא לזה. זה עיתון הארץ. עיתון הארץ זה עיתון שמאלני, לפטי, הכי גרוע שיש. הכי גרוע. עיתון הארץ הכי גרוע. כן. זה משהו, זה anti, any religious, any sense, any smell של יהדות, הכל anti. At the time of של רבי יונתן מסתמר, that he went against the ציונים, היה שם אחד עיתונאי, reporter, and he used all his articles, wow, bash, היה הכל, so much poisoned against Satmar and the Rebbe, okay, for years. One day, got sick, and he went to the doctor. They found out that he has cancer. They told him back then in Israel, I'm going more than 40 years ago, 50 years ago. They told him that here in Israel, we don't have the right medicine or treatment for the cancer. You're going to have to go to America, New York. They have the right hospitals. So, make a long story short, they found a place where he can get his treatment, but he's going to have to stay here for 6 months after the treatment to do a follow-up. So now he needs to have an apartment to stay, one. Second, he needs also food, and he needs people to visit him. He doesn't know anybody here. They told him, there is in Williamsburg, a place that you could go and ask for their help, and they're gonna help you. All right, who is this place? Said Satmar. Wow. The people are going who I was so against. Listen, when it's a threat of life or death, you have no choice. He came to New York and he went to Rabbi Yonatan Admoni. He told him, this is the situation. I have cancer. I need treatment. I need two things. I need a place to stay. If you can help me. קרא לגבי, קראו לו הרב אשכנזי, וסידרו לו מקום. They got him a place to stay after the treatment. And the Rebbe had every day 2 Hasidim to go and visit him every single day. He went through a treatment, and for 6 months, Rabbi had made sure that every day he can have 2 visitors, make sure he has money, make sure he has food, and he got a free place to stay. 6 months. Free, I'm sure also food. Free place to stay, free food, and every day 2 visitors. 6 months after, the guy, Baruch Hashem, is healthy. He passed everything, and he's on the way back to Israel. Not before, he's going to go to the girl and tell him, Agrois Eshkoyach.
You did?
Yes. We still do Baruch Hashem, right?
No,
Okay. So he went to the girl to tell him Agrois Eshkoyach. When he came to tell him Agrois Eshkoyach, he shouted for him, Shaiget! Agrois Fin Danen! Rasha! Get out of here! He was in shock. The girl said, the fact that you're a Jew, I have to help you. You're Hole? How can you drop him? How can you drop a Jew? How in the world? 6 months he made sure to send every day to welcome to go visit him. You want to tell me thank you and you want a relationship with me? Ata Rasha! Ata Kofer! The difference is, I disagree with you here. I disagree with your mindset. I disagree the way you think. But as far as a Jew, a personal, my mahloket, it's not personal. My mahloket is the hashkafa, the way you guys think, the way you guys running the country, the way you're ruling Am Yisrael, you're taking them to hell. Hiloniyut, the movement, what you did to the Jews in Israel, atem rasha'im arurim. For that, get out of here. But if a Jew needs help, how can you shut the phone on him? Ma pitom. You have to help him.
So he knew
That's-
who he was from the beginning.
Did he understand that this is where the rabbi was coming from?
That day.
That day.
And since then, he stopped running articles against
Wow.
the real. He was shocked. אמר, אני לא האמנתי. ראיתי צדיק ענק וראיתי ישר.
He was waiting for that moment
Wow.
where he comes to him and tells you, thank you so much, Rabbi, and then he just shake it. He was waiting for that moment.
No, he couldn't believe in the beginning when the way they opened the door to him, he was already shocked. I thought they're gonna throw me down the stairs. But they didn't. So that's already was shocking to him. Now he feels like they love me. I'm a great kid. I'm a great person. Okay, so now we become friends. So let me tell the Rebbe, thank you. Friend, out of here. השעת יצא מפה. הבנת? זה היה, אבותיי, זה מלאך. רבי היה מלאך. He was an angel. To understand that I'm not against you personal. I'm against your ashkafot, and I'll bash you because your ashkafot is crooked. Your ashkafot is against Torah. אתה כופר. אתה רשע. You took thousands of kids off the derech, הפכת אותם לחילונים במושבים in the villages. אז אתם רשעים גדולים מאוד. That's for sure. But because you're rasha, if you need my help to save your life, I'm not going to help you. It's against Torah. מה פתאום? You have to help every Jew. You have to help every Jew. חייב. אבל, אם הוא רשע, אני לא צריך לראות חבר שלו. If you see, if you see a Jew that he can't, he's stuck in the belt, ואתה יודע שהוא מחלל שבת או משהו כזה, אז לא יעזור לו. לא, תעזור לו, בטח שכן. להיות חבר, עד לכאן. There's a story about a goya. Shema has a goya that before she died, she called her son. And she told him, Steve, I know I didn't leave you any money in the bank account because I had no money. But I'll give you an advice that it's worth a lot of money. So, yeah, Mama, what's your advice? She tells him, every time that you'll be stuck in your life, put the Jewish kippah in your head, and you're going to see that it's going to help you. Wow. Yeah, try. And after a couple of weeks, she died. This person believed his mother. He always carried in his car or in his pocket a kippah, because my mama told me that if I get stuck in anywhere, put the kippah on and you're going to be saved. And sure enough, the next time he got stuck was driving, and on the belt somewhere he got stuck and got stuck. Ma'asa, he put his kippah on and he went outside to see what's going to happen with the tires. And sure enough, 5 minutes after, a Jew comes and pulls over and tells him, yeah, what can I help you? And he tells him, I need your help. Okay, he goes ahead and helps him, and then he sees he has a necklace that has cross. He tells him, what's up with you? No, I'm not a Jew. Then what is this on your head? He tells him, my mama told me before she died, if I'm stuck, put your kippah on and somehow you're going to get help. And she was right. Here you are. הבנתם? צריך לדעת שגם אם אני לא מסכים איתך, even if I disagree with you here, it doesn't mean that if you need my help, I'm gonna drop you. Not at all.
They help everybody.
It's a great organization.
רק חברים? אתה יודע כמה, do you know how many hundreds of organizations around the world they have שיהודים עוזרים ליהודים, nothing to do with your background? אתה יודע כמה גמחים יש?
גם עוזרים לגויים.
גם ערבים, גם עוזרים לערבים.
בקידוש השם.
חברים זה סאטמר?
אז השומר אמר לו, תקרא לחברים.
חברים זה סאטמר?
הם
עוזרים, כן.
גשם מחול.
אשרי ישראל.
ידעו שהוא ערבי.
אשרי ישראל. זה משום דרכי שלום. משום דרכי שלום, אבל זה הידע לעזור. חזק וברוך, רבי חנניה בן עזרא אומר.